Hello, hello. Just finishing the setup, you know. All notifications are being sent out. How's it going? There we go. Okay. I didn't misspell this, right? I did not. Good. There we go. Whoa. Velbim, welcome. It is me, and it is you as well. There we go. Twitter's been notified. Sweet. The Twitter stream is also up, so that's good. Everything is live. We're good. Let me fix my cable real quick. They're kind of intertangled. There we go. For some reason, my my headset cable and my mic cable, they love to just go around each other. It's quite something. You have a question, Velbim? Go ahead. What's the question? Will we survive the Prika event? Yeah, why not? It's gonna be okay. They're baiting about the seriousness of it, I think. It's not going to be as depressing as people are predicting, I think. So I did see that. People predicting it's going to be a depressing event. I don't think so. But let's do the opener. Oh, Mustang. Oh, about Mustang. Oh. Well, really handsome Mustang. He just has to accept it. Although it is strange because in the past he said, yeah, he's good with us being with Anise and stuff, right? And all of his other Nikkes. So what's the issue now with Mint and Prika? Ooh, okay. Rocket Launcher SSR. Not a B2. This is Vesti. Yep. Okay, B3 attacker. Rocket launcher. From Bacillus. Who? Oh, it's no, it can't be Laplace because Laplace is iron, so it can't be her. Who are you? Maybe it's Snow White, actually. It could be Snow White Heavy Arms. Wait, she's a sniper rifle? She's not a rocket launcher? Oh. No, Tia's B1. I didn't realize she's a sniper rifle. I thought she was a rocket launcher. Whoa. I'm a fake fan, I guess. Okay. So it is definitely Bacillus. Bacillus wind? Or electric? An electric rocket launcher? Is that even a thing? It's got to be wind then. Wind? Oh man, I have no idea. No, it can't be Neuro because Neuro is Tetra, right? Also, hello, Shadow. Welcome. It's Bacillus B3 rocket launcher, wind attacker. Wind attacker. Oh man, I have no idea. No clue. No idea. Let's I mean, so we have Laplace. Who's a rocket launcher? That's the only rocket launcher I know that's missiles SB3. Wait, it can be Neon, right? Because Neon is okay. It's actually a collab unit then. Collab electric rocket launcher. Is that it can't be Amelia because Amelia is water, right? Is Amelia water or is she electric? She is water. Yep. I knew it. Oh, it's gonna be Raven? No, Raven's iron. And so is Eve, so it can't be them. Ada Wong. You know, I didn't pull for Ada Wong. I should have pulled for Ada Wong, but I didn't. Also, hello, Filthy Casual in the YouTube chat as well. You get your welcome as well. There we go. This is still broken. Okay, left. Nice. Are you okay? Good. Oh, that's just that's Snow White, right? That's Snow White heavy arms. That's like her chest, I think. Yep. There we go. I could tell right away. Hello, Wispy. I mean, that's his leader, right? I guess, right? She always talks about living. Maybe it's Trina because she had the friend that died. Who talks about life besides leader and Trina? Flora, maybe? Nope.
Live long.
Oh, it's Red Hood. One of the original Red Hood lines, I think. So, okay. Okie dokie. I haven't heard these lines in so long because I used the dress skin and then I used the country girl skin. The default skin hasn't been used in like 2 years. Okay. Let's do the other one as well, because why not? It's fun. This one's more tricky because it has like NPCs in it. Let's go with Red Hood over here. Okay. It's not a Nikke. It is a Rapture. Oh, I have no idea. Let's go Behemoth. Rapture. Oh no, okay. It's an NPC. It's a female NPC. Okay. Not a heretic, not a pilgrim. It's... Geez. Behemoth came out in 2024? It's been that long already? Oh my god, Behemoth is 2 years old? It's been that long? Wow. We've been teased about getting her for that long. Okay, what is it just gonna be? Ingrid? Nope. Yeah, no beast for 2 years. Okay, so it's gonna be, so it's a human, female NPC that came out before the first anniversary, but after the start of the game. That's gonna be Anne's mother, whose name is what's Anne's mother's name? Anne's mother's name. What is Anne's mother's name? I have no idea. Oh, that's it starts with like a, maybe it's a J. Angela. Angela. There we go. I knew it. I just didn't remember the name. The last time we saw Angela, though, Zenard, was like 2.5 years ago. It was like the Neverland event. And that's it. Yeah, the Neverland event. That was the last time. Replay it. I don't know about that. What do I have? I have something, right? I do have things. Actually, is there anything in here? Nope. Was she the first one? I guess she was. She beat Nora. Hello, Max. Also, yeah, Shadow. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Solene. Solene is here. Is that a good omen? That's a good omen, I think. It's time. We're gonna get rid of something here. There you go. Bad luck is gone. It's time to actually get Winter Solene. Come on. Come on. Winter Solene right now. Turn gold. Turn gold. That's not gold. She's the only Nikke I don't have. My encyclopedia is empty. Thanks, Shadow, for liking the tweets. Maybe I get her from here? What's the chance of getting her from here? It's 0.2187%. Oh boy. Give me Winter Solene. That's not it. Okay. Do I really have no high quality access records at all? I have 0. Wow, I actually have literally 0 of them, huh? Damn. Low toast. Inspiration. I don't know. I saw one thing of it and then I was like, oh, that's cool. And I said, I want to do that. And that's it. Someone showed me a pregnant edit in the Discord server. Now everyone is pregnant. Okay, got all that stuff. Let's get the dailies out of the way. Wait, that thing's still happening? This is still going on? No, time is up. Okay. Is there a movement? Really? Have other people doing it? I saw like Birdie did one. Give me this. And give me that. And give me that. Cool. And get that out of the way. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Core dust, yep. Credits, yep. Okay, there we go. We're all good now on everything. Oh, wait, I have all of these as well. 17 of these boxes, huh? Wow. Is that really a theory, though? Siren's Bond story? See, Siren's Bond story is going to get fixed by the fact that she will be the Summer Pilgrim. She's going to be the Summer Pilgrim this year, so that's going to be the fixing of the Bond story and the Avises. And we all will be MLBing her. Because they won't go back and update the unit, right? To have a new Bond story and Avises, they won't do that ever. So, the best you'll get is the alts with the new stuff. She hugs the jellyfish. It is possible. Someone will be the Summer Pilgrim. Someone will be. And I'm thinking Siren. Well, at least it's only a Summer Pilgrim, though, Zinard, and not a Winter Pilgrim as well, and a... Never mind, those are only two limited areas, right? There's Winter and Summer. Yeah, no other limiteds happen, right? Oh, besides collabs. Did they talk about what the next collab is anyway? Do we know that? Any rumors on that at all? The next collab. Nope. Do I want to bring up a flowchart? There it is. Yeah, they're going to slow down the collabs, right? That is true. We do get the mystery collab coming up, which is going to be pretty neat. Not mystery collab, the mystery event. The June event, I wonder. What will that even be? Let's see. I want to have my flowchart opened. If we're going to do some, theory crafting, we need a flowchart. Get that opened up. There we go. That's there. Well, the Matisse alts, though, it can't be them. Is it supposed to be just one unit, right? They said it's a Nikke that everyone's waiting for. A singular Nikke. So unironically, who can that be? Who can that be? Wait, I got a picture about it. Let me go find that picture. Do I have that? Did I save it or did I just open it in a tab? Let me go find it. It's a picture about like unreleased units, right? Where is it? Oh, this is a funny one as well. Let me save that. Do I have the picture? I don't, do I? I go find it real quick. Oh no, I closed it. Okay, never mind. I don't have it. Whatever. Yeah, there's still enough time to drum up some hype. Hammering. People have been waiting for hammering, and she has been teased in the main story too, right? That she's getting fixed. So hammering is possible. But would hammering be big enough to get a 3-week event? I don't think so. There's got to be someone who can carry a 3-week event. Maybe it is fixed Marion. Maybe it's gonna be Marion, but she's like fixed. People want the fixed up and reborn Marion. Maybe it would be that. Or it could be like Behemoth and Levi somehow. Papillon. Why is her name Papillon, but it's pronounced Papillon? Where did the ill go? That's what I want to know. Where did the ill from Papillon go to become Papillon? The owls just go away? What's that about? It's French? Okay. Oh. I didn't know. I did not know. Okay. Yeah, but Papillon, I don't think people care about her enough to say, oh, yep, we're doing a whole 3-week event for her. Unless the 3-week event includes them showing the rebuilding of Scarlet, Rapunzel, and Noah. I don't buy it. Let's see. Theories. I thought I made you 72 sized. Okay. Don't listen to me, I guess. Just get this board kind of set up. So we can do things with it, you know? We will talk about theories, but we'll also just talk about anything as well. But you know, we'll have a board set up. Hansel and Gretel. Do you want actually development? That might be real. That might be real because there's been a thing the whole time about how Hansel and Gretel will probably be a singular unit, right? So if they can word it such as, oh, there's going to be a Nikke coming. If it's Hansel and Gretel, then that still counts as a singular Nikke because they're a single unit. So they could be doing some word chicanery to obfuscate that it's them. That is possible. It could be Hansel and Gretel. No, that's not straight. That annoys me. Whatever. Well, because Shadow, if we look at the, let me pull it up real quick. From the Old Tales event, when they use their weapon, where's the picture? Come on, where is it? There it is. So many pictures. Okay, come on. There it is. When they use their weapon, right, they have to grab both sides of it, and they can only do that as a duo. So them being a single unit makes sense, because the weapon they use is really, really big. So they combine their powers to use this witch's cauldron, that's the name of the weapon, and they go boom with it. So it is possible for them to be a single Nikke. Octocube is saying you don't think they would do a single unit because they wouldn't miss the chance to buy stuff for them, maybe? Okay. But what if they did like this? They're a single unit, but you have to pull for both of them before you can use the unit. And they both have separate skins. Whoa. That would be probably too complex. But at the same time, they have a single weapon, right? They don't have more than one weapon. So how could they not be a single unit together? The Witch's Cauldron. It requires two of them. Did I do this yet? I did not do this yet. How about what, Delbin? What you thinking? When they're on a team, they combine. That would be interesting, yeah? It's always neat when they do new mechanics like that. Like with Rappy being a dual unit, or being a dual element type unit, and then Red Hood being Omniverse, right? It makes sense to me. That could happen. Ringo's like how Red Hood is. So Hanzo will be 1, Griddle will be 2, but they have to do a B3. Huh. That would be something. They'd have to make a whole brand new kind of gameplay method for that, I guess. Although they have done the burst switching though for Rampy right here. She's a B1 sometimes if you don't have a B1, and then otherwise she becomes a B3. So they can do that kind of thing. That is actually true. It's not false. If they're the last standing, they do a full burst. The last standing, they do a full burst. Something I think they should do to Rappy. Okay, this is a gameplay thing. But with Rappy, you know, okay, if you don't have a B1 at the start, she is a B1. Otherwise, she becomes the B3. I think they should do it so if all the B1s die, she becomes a B1. That's what I think. Okay, Ken, you can stop spamming the chat, please. Let's see, they can be separated, but make one B1. As I re-enter B3. Re-enter B3, says Filthy Casual. Okay. Colon P, Mr. Ken. Yeah, there's re-enter B1s now. There's re-enter B2s, but there is no re-enter B3. But a re-enter B3 kind of feels like a waste. Although, actually no, it would be a waste because if you run 3 B3s, that means you get to use all of them. Actually, so actually that isn't a waste. Okay, that would actually be fine. There's a lot they could do. There's a lot they could do. Speaking of which, I will do someone's doll right now. Whose doll should be done? Probably Scarlet Black Shadows, yeah. I don't know why I haven't done yours, but I'll do it now. Actually, I can't do it right now. Actually, I can if I do this. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Hansel and Gretel, 1 unit, 2 butts for the price of 1. That's true. Come on. That didn't work, okay. Let's waste some blues. Okay, 30% chance, 30%. Come on. Okay, I see. But sucks then. How about some of these lines? Give me some of these lines. Come on, give me something. Give me something. Okay. Anything is better than that, I guess. I guess not that you though. Wow, nothing. Okay, that's better than what was there before. Okay. Okie dokie. Anyone have any theories they want to share with the class? What are your most random theories you think about Nikke? You suffer more on the gacha and the doll gacha than the waifu one. True, the rocks are suffering. Same with the dolls. The actual characters, easy. Except for the third Annie banner. The third Annie banners were not fun. Those were actually just really bad. I only got one Libby too. And I only got 2 Nayutas. And that was over like 500 rolls. New heretic. Made from a Libby. Oh, well. Hello, B-Ray. Yeah, that theory is a theory I push a lot. Suin is childhood friend. This can probably just go up a bit. Come on. Come on. There we go. Or not. Here we are. You mean the girl from the flashback that never got solved during the what was it, like chapter 10 or whatever, when we got like stabbed by like Chatterbox or something like that. Chatterbox like squeezed us, right? Oh no, B-Ray said what it was. Yeah. Fighting with Modernia. Yep. Which makes sense because, you know, we were in the MMR hospital, and what little kid will be around there besides maybe like 6 people, or maybe, you know, the daughter of the guy who owns the whole hospital, who would be just roaming around there, doing whatever she wants. Who knows? New heretic made from Libby. VTC isn't dead. That could be something. The VTC is not actually gone like we think they are. They're actually in the shadows. They're biding their time somehow. Remember when Chatterbox and also Nihilister, they talked about how the commander had a black box inside of him? Now, the black box, is that literally just meant to be a Vap House, or was it anything else? I think it was just Vap House, but I don't remember for sure. Really, most of your questions are answered, Shadow. What about the 4 beasts origin? Well, we know that they're from the dark matter, but we actually don't know where Behemoth, Ziz, and Bahamut came from. Maybe they're all the beasts. All the beasts are mass-produced Nikkes. Because I'm pretty sure, you know, they're all mass-produced Nikkes. Ziz and Leviathan are for sure mass-produced Nikkes. Ziz is the one soldier woman. Like soldier, what is it, EG? Yeah, like this is Ziz right here. Like, look at her. Look at her. And we look at Ziz. Very similar. Very, very similar. And then, you know, Leviathan is Idol Ocean. They're similar. But Behemoth and Bahamut, we don't really know what mass-produced Nikkes they could be. They don't really line up that well. Well, Levi can make her eyes go red, though. She has the ability to make it red, but she just goes back to green when she wants to. Which, actually, can we see under Idol Ocean? Let's see, Idol Ocean. Did they draw anything under that visor? Let me see. Visor head? Nope. There are no eyes under that visor. Okay. So we don't know if the eyes of Idol Ocean are green originally and that Leviathan could just go back to her original eye color. If she chooses, I don't know. We don't know. No eyes under there, though. No eyes. Okay. It's a little creepy, B-Ray. It's a little creepy. Sure, the armor glow spots are green, so that does count, maybe. So true, Wispy. Yeah, the corruption changes eye color, but what actually changes the eye color for good is the heretic conversion process. That's why Cinderella and Marian's eyes are red still, even though they've had the corruption nymph removed, because they've been fully converted into heretics. But like, say, Laplace, Drake, and Matisse, I mean, not Matisse, Maxwell, all the members of Matisse, when they got the corruption removed, their eyes went back to normal because they weren't actually turned into heretics. There was no physical change. Yeah, when you become a heretic, the eye color change is permanent, it seems. B-Ray, yep. She has very sharp teeth. Predator, look at that. You think she wrote that herself? Just to be cool? She wrote Behemoth on her legs too. Look at that. Behemoth is Idol's son? How? Really? That doesn't really... is there anything that lines up there? Yeah, Nayuta's corruption, she had the pink, which means that she's just as corrupted. She's not a heretic. She has like the same kind of thing that's going on for Laplace and Maxwell and them, right? If we go to Laplace's model here, we can actually see that. That's one of the options. In the viewer, yep. She has the corruption code eyes. You can even see the numbers here. Look at that coding. There's like some hexadecimal right there. It says like master and slave as well. Look at that. Whoa. 10B. That's a hexadecimal number as well. She has code in the eyes. Yeah, looking at the Idol sun though. Is there much physical resemblance to Behemoth? Doesn't really seem like that much, or even really any. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. Is that a tail? No. Frisia being Ingrid was such a good thing, though. It made sense to me. The legs? The legs. Idol Sun's legs. I don't know. It's still funny to me that they released a art book that was Japanese only that spoiled like a million things. In this day and age, it should have been a release like worldwide. It should have been translated in English, Korean, and Japanese. Oh, here's a theory. Pretty is still alive in the dress, in the star dress or whatever. Pretty is alive in there. The nymph, they still exist somehow. Yeah, the art book should have been held back before they released, what was it, the side story? The Pretty Star side story? Yeah, I think Pretty is still in there. And what about Princess in the glasses, right? Although actually the glasses are dead now or something, right? Because Neon mentioned how she doesn't have the super sparkly shine thing or whatever anymore. She can't do like the infrared vision kind of thing she was doing before. It's incorporated into her now. Princess is inside Neon. Maybe. It could be a Reddit situation, yeah. Although this would just be like an AI because Princess was a human, not a Nikke. Although they had the technology to transfer from human to human. Maybe her personality data was inside the glasses. That could be in there. And then now that's a part of Neon. So Neon could have Princess's personality data inside of her nymph. Because she did talk to Neon, right? Mirror 2.0, I guess kinda. I really want to see what the Mirror though. Do you think Mirror like cares about Cinderella being alive? Because we do know that Red Shoes, she had the obsession with Cinderella. So in her personality data, that would probably be in there, right? How she was obsessed with Cinderella. So what if Mirror sees Cinderella alive? How would she react? That's something right there. What if seeing Cinderella makes it so that she just wants to be on our side again? Mirror comes back to us through Cinderella. Yeah, because I don't think Mirror knows Cinderella's alive. I think she thinks Cinderella is dead after what happened on the space elevator and the space station. She does not know. So maybe she sees Cinderella, right? And then she's like, oh, what? Cinderella's alive? I'm going to betray the queen. Because that obsession, right? That obsession that Red Shoes had with Cinderella would probably be in that personality data that came from, or that made Mirror. Let's see. B-Ray saying he had a thought. What instead of seeing red shoes when you're corrupted by a heretic, you small chance you see red hood instead of red shoes? Well, I mean, I don't think that's possible because the corruption data, right, that the queen took from red shoes and then improved upon it had red shoes as the base personality. So I don't think they ever did take Red Hood's personality to do any kind of corruption. But I guess that would be neat though. But Rappy wasn't corrupted though, B-Ray. Rappy was literally fused with Red Hood. Let's see, Sonards, you're saying after Hansel and Gretel help out Old Tales. No, do we go after Hansel and Gretel to help out Old Tales? I think June might unironically be Hansel and Gretel. If the theories on them being a single unit pan out, June. Hansel and Gretel, June together. That's what I'm thinking. What's something else we can say here? Princess Side Neon, Pretty Still Alive in Star Dress, BTC's Intention and Childhood Friend. What's something else I can get in here? Oh yes, I have a theory about Nayuta. Nayuta has a hidden clone that is as strong as her. See, what if Nayuta originally split herself in half, and then the two clones that came from that, her original and the new one, they were as strong as each other. A clone with half her nymph, who does not bend to the other one's will. So if anything ever happened, that new clone or that original clone would take over. It's a failsafe, right? It's the Black Noir to Nayuta's Homelander. In that way, since Nayuta is now fully corrupted, that clone comes out and takes her out and becomes the new original Nayuta. What do you mean slandering? There's no slander happening here, Sinard. We're talking about Nayuta, Ken, not a politician. A hidden clone, just in case, you know? That could be something. That could be something. One thing to think about. Oh yeah, here's something I wanted to talk about real quick. Let me bring this up real quick. Yeah, I got this. This is something I'm being confused about from the outpost off duty thing. There's a moment in here from like chapter 2, right? Which I'm going to check out actually in the game too, right after this. Yeah, the animation. The off-duty thing. See, what is this? We accidentally blew up the Ark's main power plant. But the main power plant is the core. Was this said in the actual chapter as well, that it was the main power plant? Is that something that's like just a vestigial, organ kind of deal with Nikke that's been fully retconned? Is that also in here? Because it would be what? Like right here or something? No. Chapter 3. No, it is chapter 2, right? Or is it chapter 3? Yes, chapter 2 around here. Hereby banished. Why is that? Investigate the power station, not to destroy it. Power station was damaged beyond repair. All its materials, facilities gone, wiped off the map. 2 months. Those resources could have supported the entire arc for 2 months. So, okay, in chapter 2, it wasn't the main power station. It was just a power plant that could have done something for 2 months. Yeah, so we were trying to, it wasn't the main power plant of the arc. It was just a power station that we could have gone to and had 2 months of power. Which, thinking about that now, if we had those 2 months of power, that could have taken a load off the main core, and maybe we'd have more time to do everything instead of just 6 months now or whatever. Our current time limit on how much more power the core has. Oh yeah, Anderson knows about the ultramassive core, Sean. Yep, he knows. Yeah, but Anderson says here that it wasn't the main power plant. It was just the power station with 2 months worth of power and resources. So we didn't actually do a whole bunch to it. Now, the funny thing is, if we believe the animation where it says it was the main power plant, that means that the commander in this timeline is directly responsible for the ultramassive Rapture core, becoming unstable because we put it into like overdrive. It was probably just be in this timeline here. It was like a backup power source, but now we made it the main power source. So, we kind of screwed things up. A lot more responsibility on the commander's soldiers here, if it was the main power plant. But yeah, in here though, it was not the main thing. It was just some station. And how does the rest of this compare? Yep. They sent them to the outpost on purpose anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. That was actually brought up that early, that plot point? I didn't even realize that. Get me back in here. They brought up the plot point about how the Raptures might want to replace humans. this early. I didn't even remember that. Wow. Or they want to replace them. Okay. I completely forgot about this. Wow. And now the queen is trying to do it again. She's trying to make the humanoid looking raptures now. The replacements are coming. But actually, they're going to do both. They're going to wipe out humanity and then also replace them. That's kind of the plan, right? Huh. But I didn't remember that they set it up that early, huh? That's really early. Yeah, even here, Neon doesn't say it was the main power plant. It was just a power station. There's a dormitory. Let's see, exact same thing. No water. Yep. Okay. Overall, though, it seems to be fully lined up with the animation, besides a few, I guess, continuity errors. So, you know, that's something. That is something. See you again on the timeline. See you again is on the timeline. Maybe. Not really, but it should be. I'll be right back in like 30 seconds, by the way. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hello, Nadoan. Ooh, the weeklies are here. There we go, give me that. What is another theory we can put down here? Any theories, Nadoan, about the game? Any wacky ideas you got? Or Zenard? Or anyone? Anyone have any wacky ideas? Literally say whatever you want, and we'll talk about it. Well, yeah. Is that a theory though? Isn't that just like fact about the predators being made by another queen? Aren't the predators made by, you know, Marion, essentially? That was already like, you know, like established fact. Is that not fact already? Because they talked about how the how because of the new queen, the nature of the world changes, and those predators were the ones who came out after Marion became queen during Last Kingdom, and absolutely went and fought them. Yeah, Nayuta, I have something written right here. Something written about Nayuta right here is that Nayuta has a clone that's hidden and it's as strong as her, right? So that clone can make its own clones because that clone has like half the nymph. Or something. She has like a, you know, a hidden failsafe in case she ever gets destroyed or whatever like that. Hansen will assassinate us next event. Maybe, maybe. Why would you make predators 80 raptors? Well, I think the thing is, right? So it's all on purpose. Because you have two queen bees, right? The colonies just hate each other. They're going to fight each other. They're going to, you know, annihilate each other. That's just natural. So I think it's on purpose. It's just, that's what the drones of a queen do to other drones that don't, you know, smell like them, act like them. The drones just destroy the other drones. Yeah, evil Nayuta versus good Nayuta. Well, the thing is, with Nayuta being corrupted, she's not a heretic. So she's just being controlled directly by the queen. She has no free will. So she's not evil. She's just mind controlled. Unless they do turn her into a heretic, which would be something. That would be quite wild. But would the queen want to use her resources on doing that? I'm not sure. Well, the next base is going to be Snow White and Haran. That's the next combination. Because the queen is only doing the heretics out of the Nikkes that Shisha did so good, so strong. It would be more likely it would be Nayuta and Libby though, Librario. Because she took the body of Libby and she has the whole body, whereas Nihilister, she ate Nihilister. Nihilister got eaten, consumed fully. I just think Nihilister and Indivilia are just dead forever at this point. Unless there's some like big shenanigans. I think this is a safe one, right? Marion will be the main queen. Once only one gives her second core to Marion, that will cement Marion as being the main queen. It will be that only one doesn't want to be the queen. She wants to be a kid. She wants to just, have fun. So all the responsibility will fall onto Marion. And Marion will have her rematch with the queen, with the commander, with counters, with Old Tales, with Pioneer, with Goddess, with Noah, Johan, Cecil, yada yada yada. I think, didn't the old body get turned into goo? Let's go pull up that cutscene real quick. Where is the cutscene? Goddess Fall. Well, that's a good cutscene too. We'll check that out after. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it didn't turn to goo. Oh, I guess it's just... Okay, it's some arms. And a torso, okay, and that's it. Did it ever go anywhere else, though? They got wiped out. And do we see anything else with the body? Nope. I mean, I guess maybe? How is the space station still in orbit right now to hold these strings up? But yeah, I guess there's something that could happen with this body. Why haven't Johan and them gone and collected it though? That's the real question. You think this would be like one of the greatest materials you could ever get for like research? Just take that body and leave. See you, Shadow. Have a good night. Well, her head was completely destroyed, right? If we go back to here. No, it was severed. It was severed, which means the head does exist somewhere. It's still on the surface. Okay. Yeah, they could study that head. Yeah. Yeah, where is the queen's body? That's a good question. The queen's old body. No, I think she just left. Because after she does this, right? She just runs to Marion, takes the core out of her, and then Dorothy shows up, shoots her, and then she runs away. So she left the battlefield. So everything that's on the battlefield is still there. So I think the queen's body might still be there. The queen's body, old bunny, could be used for something. Something. That, yeah, that makes sense. That could be something. I don't get the space station. The space station is using like magic. I don't know how it's floating up there at this point, but it's still floating, I guess. Look at the pepper. The pepper. Oh, the queen is being held up by the space elevator, which is in orbit of the Earth. Sean. Oh yeah, true, yeah. Haran gave it the like rust virus or whatever as well. Velbim, that is true. So I don't get how it's flying up there still, but it is. Hello, legendary cow. Soup. Another theory. I wish Pepper never got giant chesticles. She was always meant to be flat, but for some reason they just gave her big ones, even though she was flat before. I don't get it. I'll never understand. She was supposed to be the pair to end all pairs. Now we have no more pairs in the game. Uni's gone, and that was the final pair. The game has no pairs, and that's sad. We need a pair back in the game. This is something I've been thinking about for Uni. Is that Uni will get a transformation and she'll transform into like a version of Uni you would actually want to spend money on. That's actually true, Velbum. Uni could be a unit. That is true. Yeah, Uni's like actual like true form, getting outside of the Iron Maiden or whatever. Uni overspec, that could actually be one of the units. That is true for June. That makes sense. That actually does make sense. Yeah, free the pair. Because it's just sad. It is sad. Because you had Pepper. And you know, look at her. She is the pear shape. She had the big booty, and then she had this modest chest size. But then they went, nope, that was a lie. Now she has giant honkers, and she's not a pear at all. And then you had Uni. And Uni is like the definition of a pear. But now she looks like this. She's Darth Vader. Darth Vader. the fact that we only had 2 pairs and both of them were pink, that's something. Yeah, there really is no one else you can call a pair, right? Is there anyone else? I don't think so. Maybe Drake, kind of. I guess you could call this Drake a pair. Yeah, I think so. This Drake is a pair. Yeah. Man, this skin's so good. I can't believe it took so long to get it, but I got it. But, geez, how will they do better than this skin for the upgrade, for the new version of Drake? I don't think they could do better, because we already have Mage Drake and we have this Drake here, the Racer Drake. For the new Drake, they gotta do like some serious work, I guess. Uni Chains Unleashed, yeah, that sounds right to me. Wait, oh, that's cool. It's powered by nuclear. It's a Fallout vehicle. Okay. Yeah, Treasure Drake is good as well. Yep. Which Matisse member will get the gotcha skin during their event? I'm thinking Laplace. Laplace will get the gotcha skin. Because she doesn't have a skin right now. She's the only one with no skin. So I think her, gotcha. You know, if they have enough plutonium, though, to make or to like spend on cars in the Ark, how do they not have enough plutonium to just power the Ark using nuclear reactors? If a luxury item like this can have a plutonium core. Does that mean every car in the Ark has plutonium? Ooh, maybe that's the reason why they did the ban. The ban on cars in the Ark, besides the ones that were grandfathered in, because they didn't have enough plutonium. And besides, like a car like this on a plutonium cell probably lasts for like 50 years on its own. No recharging, just 50 years of continuous go. Oh, no, I'm not talking about feeding the core plutonium Velbum. I'm talking about making like a nuclear reactor and having it powered by the plutonium and stuff. You think, though, Sinard, besides the mining, right, they would be using geothermal at all? They are like, what, how many kilometers underground did they say? Like 4 or 5 or something? That's a lot of heat from the Earth they could use for power. Like geothermal should go crazy that deep. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? I guess they didn't think about it. Yeah, geothermal. Let's see. I'm gonna Google this real quick. Let's see. Geothermal. How good is geothermal? And like, whatever. What was it, like 4 kilometers deep? Yeah, if you were at 4 kilometers deep, that would mean that the temperature of the rocks and stuff underneath the ground is 120 degrees Celsius, according to what I'm reading here. So that's enough to boil water, right? Yeah. So you could boil water using that and just generate electricity. And you don't even need a heat pumps. So you could just use that, make energy, and that's it. You win. You don't need the massive core. You could just do that. Now that's a plot hole right there. Tell Eleg and Trony to get onto the turbines right now. Start making the geothermal turbines. Although maybe it has to do something with the anti-gravity tech or whatever kind of like structural mechanism holds the whole thing together. Maybe the amount of energy that uses is a lot and requires the core to hold it up or something like that. Who knows? But they could still just use geothermal to supplement the core, so it doesn't have to use as much power from it, and that would extend the lifespan. But yeah, geothermal at that deep should have just be the main power supply. Speaking of temp, how is the Ark maintaining comfortable living conditions? They have a perfect weather control, Sean. So they can control the weather and the conditions of the air fully. They have like the best air conditioning system ever. Full climate control. What does that mean, Sinard? What does that word mean? Sandification? A narrative term describing a storytelling style that allows a story to wander, digress, and take tangents while deeply exploring the world and characters. Is that a good thing then? So it's a good thing. You're just getting more details. Oh boy, can I get anything from here? Yeah, like Star Trek, you know? Or at least Star Trek from like the original up until Enterprise had a lot of good points. World building. It made it feel believable. Gotcha. All we need is geothermal, and the Ark is saved. If Aleg and Trony can build it up in like 1 month, we can have the power plants going, and we can just live in the Ark still. It can be saved. Hello, Robert. Welcome. Do I have enough now to get a singular thing here? I do. Ooh. Let's do this. Okay, nothing. Gotcha. That was anticlimactic. Yeah, they always ask about what powers the arc. They never mention what else can they use. That is true. Geothermal to save the day. Although that's never going to happen because they're abandoning the actual underground anyway. They're going to raise up the arc, even though they don't need to if they use geothermal. It just means mass-produced Nikkes. Big head. Mass-produced Nikkes. What's something else to speak right here? Oh yes, something I think makes a lot of sense is if they're doing like cloning of brains for mass-produced Nikkes. Because you have bodies that are being used by the core to power it, plus bodies that are getting converted into mass-produced Nikkes. But then we know that the birth rate of the arc is like 6 children per woman. But then we also know that the arc is being stagnant in population. It's like staying the exact same. It's not really growing much. So we have a lot of those bodies are going into the core, also getting turned into Nikkes. I don't think you have enough growth though to support the military. So using cloned brains, that would make sense for a lot of the mass-produced Nikkes. Because how can you make like 10,000 mass-produced Nikkes right away? You're just going to kill like 10,000 women to make them? That wouldn't be feasible, I think. Even the Outer Rim, are there that many people there? Like how many people in Outer Rim? Is like 1 million at the most, or maybe like 100,000? There can't be too many. I think like 100K is a good estimate. Because 1 million, that's just way too much. Let's see, what are you talking about, Valvin? Let's see. In the new chapters, it's mentioned that 2 of the deputies are off doing their own thing, and they see that the sea is more important than the arc. Well, it was the was it deputies, or I thought it was the actual like higher ups? Because you have in Snow Crane's event how she talked about the actual like supreme commander is doing things, and he made like Evergreen and stuff as well. And whatever the supreme commander is doing is just what you would call it for the good of humanity, is what it came down to. Well, I think if you're the person who made the immortality serum, you can just mess around and do whatever you want. I think you deserve that ability to just do whatever. Well, Robert, that theory has been debunked for a while. That was a theory around the time of the 2nd anniversary. But we now know that she is just a mass-produced Nikke who Mirror turned into Libby. Because we can also see, I'll bring it up right now, in her burst animation with her gotcha skin, she has her memories come up. And it's all other mass-produced Nikkes. Well, it was in Arc Guardian. The Arc Guardian hard mode ending is when we heard about, or was when we heard, you know, Mirror talking about parading this lady right here. And then she went and got the head and threw it up to the queen. And then in the gacha skin, we see this right here. Boom, boom, boom. Is it coexistence though? It could also be like her point of view as a heretic, and maybe those are like Indivilia and Nihilister. Who knows? I took it as memories, right? Because you know how Nymph, when it comes to Rapunzel and also Nayuta, how it's golden, and they associate the golden stuff with Nymph, and Nymph is memories, and here they're golden puddles that show up. So for me, that's the Nymph of Libby coming up there. Hello, Ripple. You're guard chopping it right now? The mod is here. Look at that. Yeah, Arc Guardian. I think is it actually in the archive now? I think it is. No, it's not. No. They put the Goddess Fall in there, but there's no Arc Guardian at the moment, right? Right. It's not. But the third Annie is in here now. Yeah. Goddess Fall is in here. Oh, you haven't played Arc Guardian Toast? I see. Who is running around here? What do we got? We got Dorothy. We got Kilo and Talos. We got a mass-produced Nikke. Diesel. Cute. But yeah, Arc Guardian was good. You should play it, Toast, or you should at least watch it on YouTube. You could watch my VOD about it, where I played it. That's there, I think, on my YouTube channel. That old VOD. You can watch me play it. Ooh. Hashtag shilling. But yeah, it's good. It also shows you, you know, how the arc was sealed. It shows you how Snow White became the Snow White we know now. Also, because I mentioned that, I may as well say, whoa, if you're here right now, make sure to hit follow on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. Also, you know, Twitch, look at that right there. Whoa. You can put in, you go to YouTube, you can subscribe on YouTube as well, and follow on Twitch, or Twitter, I mean, and the Discord. Discord would be neat. Join the Discord, maybe. Also, you know, for the people on YouTube, doing the same thing. Look at that. Whoa, I'm shilling. And if you're on Twitter right now, you're watching, you know, come on by to YouTube and Twitch. Hit the follow button on Twitch and the subscribe on YouTube. That would be pretty neat. Okay, there we go. The ad is over. Just come on by. It would be pretty cool. Okay, let's get back to it. Had to do the shilling. It had to happen. But yeah, mass-produced Nikke is using cloned brains. Makes sense to me. That was the last one we put down there. Let's see, what can we say here? Oh, something about Hansel and Gretel, right? Maybe Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel have their own Eden. What if they made their own faction? Like Eden, right? Because with the Witch's Cauldron, they mentioned when they used it, or Abe mentioned, that it can create anything. It has the ability to just create any material, I guess, you want. So they would have the production capabilities to make an Eden. And then they save, like, you know, lost mass-produced Nikkes and stuff like that. They build up their own thing, their own society. What's up, Falcon? What do you need to know? You want to know about when she said that? I can bring it up. Witch's Cauldron and made Nikkes. I don't know if that's possible. Materials, I think, are possible. But a whole, like, Nikke? I don't know about that. Because if we go to it, right? It's taking a long time to load. There we go. The Nikke Supremacy faction, which could be Hansel and Gretel, that is true. Especially since, you know, Eden is not, you know, about Nikke Supremacy. They're about everyone can do whatever they want. So it's going to be here, right? Yep. Nope, it's going to be before that one. Yep. There it is. Why did she have to be evil? Look at that. Red shoes, red shoes, red shoes. Look at that right there. She's so tall. Red Shoes is like the only 7-foot tall Nikke, and she's evil. I can't believe it. Like, that leg is as long as the shield, the mirror. She's like 7 foot tall right there. Look at that. Gigantic. Huge. Her behind is like double the size of Cinderella's chest here. That's wild. Yeah, so there's a liquid in the flask. It sloshes around. Makes screeching sounds, apparently. Okay. And then, yeah, here, Abe was mentioning Witch's Cauldron. Gretel pieces it together while Hansel operates it. They gotta do it together. Yeah. They can create anything from the system, apparently. Nothing they can't create, so they would have the resources to make whatever they want using that magic technology that Abe made somehow. I wonder how Abe made that. How did Hansel and Gretel make yo-yo? Also, Ripple, what do you mean copium? What are you talking about? What am I coping about? You tell me right now. But yeah, Hans and Gretel can do strange things. But Ripple, then so much of the official art and stuff doesn't make sense if Red Shoes is only 6 foot tall. Because we know that Cinderella is like 5'6", which means that her shields, her mirrors, are like 6 feet tall. Because they're taller than her. Actually, no, they're not taller than her. No, they are taller than her. In that like cutscene, at least. So if Red Shoes' leg is like almost as long as a 6 foot tall shield, then her whole body should be like 7 feet. What about the girls, Robert? What about them? The inconsistencies and stuff like that? About the women? Or which part? Yeah, we still don't know why Abe made the twins a secret. We don't know why. Maybe she wanted to make the Witch's Cauldron and needed a user, so she made them. Hello, Edelbug. Welcome. Let's see, something else. Hans and Gretel have their own Eden. Princess is still in. Oh, well. Why would you make an ugly Nikke as a company, right? It's not gonna sell. It's not gonna sell. It's the economics of it. They could make more tactical designs though, like how they have, you know, the soldier EGs, idols and stuff. There are people who want the tactical kind of look for Nikkes. Oh yeah, that's something that I want to talk about is so EH, right? They gave her this new design, but then they didn't release this one as a skin. But then for Velvet, she became this, but then they released the original design. And then the same for Mint and Prika. They're doing like this design and then the original design that we first saw. How come EH didn't get her original design as a skin? What's that about? Because this skin is pretty cool. I want this skin. EH. It is just a game, Robert. That is true. But yeah, it seems like they've been doing it so that you get the new design that they made, right? For the characters. And then you get the old design as a skin. But for some reason, EH didn't get that. And that's annoying. Because it is very cool here. Very cool. Yeah, I didn't buy Velvet's default skin because I was like, I'm not gonna support that it should just be for free. The default skins should be for free, I think. I don't like that they're repackaging the actual original designs as skins. I would much rather it being like a free alt or like a login bonus. If it was a login bonus during the event, that would be good. You have like a, like a 14-day calendar thing. You log in every single day. You get the skin at the end of the event. That would be good. That would be good. Ooh, yes, this is one here. Shifty is Johan's daughter. Or something. Daughter. Shifty is Johan's daughter. Now, why I say this is because if we go into our messages with her, I believe it's here with Shifty. Where are you, Shifty? Yes. Because, she talks about how... Oh, really? She only messaged us this one time? Wow, okay. Yeah, because we were trying to get into the political game, so she messaged us a bunch of stuff about, politics and how we could do good in the political street and in the political, scheme of things, right? And it seems like she was close with whoever the original guy was, right? The original New Hope, as they called him. He was close about politics. He could catch on to the meetings, stuff like that. It led to his downfall. It's probably who you're thinking of. Who you were thinking of and stuff like that. So I think, Shifty, she maybe she was, or maybe she is, Johan's daughter. Or something like that. Because they did mention how he had a family or something in the past. I think. Or maybe Shifty is like really old and she was the operator of Johan at the time. Which means Shifty is like 50 or like 60 or something. Did she say she didn't meet them? What if she was born of the mother? And then by the time that she was born, Johan already fled the Ark because he got out of prison, right? He escaped. So she never met her father. There you go, Ripple. But she was told the story. Boom. It's been like, what, 20 chapters since this happened? So it's not fully up in my head right now. You got the Rappy Shine Light skin, Robert? I see. Don't know about that arc, about our commander needing to become political animal. Wasted, yeah. Birmingham did own us a bit. But now we have him on our side, so... Really, at this point, we don't need to worry about anything, because we're going to be a deputy chief soon. Which means with our amount of power, we can do whatever we want. Because, like, Dobin did whatever he wanted. It was only when he did something in public that it became an issue. So, really, we can do anything. As long as we don't make a public scene. At this point. The politics game doesn't matter anymore. Not Suin. Yeah, but why would Birmingham become our enemy when he's now our biggest fan? That he wants to see us, rise up and do what he couldn't do. He's living vicariously through us now. Hello, Midwest. Wait a minute, what's happening here? I need a human volunteer in every box. First, the human goes inside the box. That would be a rub around their neck. That would be a nice touch. Later, when Uni opens the box, she'll be so thrilled. Who's the volunteer in the box going to be? The one chatting with right now and blah blah. Wait, so we went to the club. We went inside the box. She put a bow around us, and then Uni opened the box, and we were Uni's gift. Okay. The commander did a lot of things with Mihara and Uni. It makes you wonder, out of doing all this role play with them, he never looked into Uni's subconscious or like studied Uni's face and realized Uni was really hurt and needed help, and she was gonna snap. That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, I really do think that what was mentioned about the June unit being Uni makes a lot of sense, because we do need Mihara and Uni back in the story as soon as possible. They've been gone for so long. Let's remove daughter, and let's say Shifty is related somehow. Related to Johan. Filthy Casual mentioned. No, the Ark can't fly. The Ark can rise up from the underground, though. It can just go up. But it can't fly. Although, the Ark should be able to fly if we use the anti-gravity tech that Elysian has developed and that Endless used during the fight with 6-0. Anti-gravity tech is pretty overpowered. Really, at this point, they should just turn the Ark into a ship and flee the planet and go to like Alpha Centauri or something. Because anti-gravity tech could just give you huge amounts of propulsion. Just leave Earth, go live in Alpha Centauri. The Raptures can be killed in like 1,000 years once humanity gets really super advanced on another planet. And they come back to Earth and reconquer it. There are sci-fi stories about that, though, I think. About humanity leaving Earth and coming back to reconquer it later. Those are pretty neat. Those are pretty neat. Mm-hmm. Toward the Terra. And there was, you know, like a Warhammer with the Emperor Mankind taking over Terra after it lost its like prestige. Although it wasn't really conquered, it wasn't really taken over by anyone else. It's just a bunch of warring tribes or whatever. Cecil. What is something about Cecil that we could talk about? What's a theory about Cecil? Really, who was Cecil? she is related to someone powerful. Do you think Cecil was like someone in Bacillus, right? MMR kind of deal? Thinking. What's something about Cecil we could mention? Cecil used her own cells to make the Valpaus bullet. That was a thing. Why was she so coy about that? Cecil is... What if Cecil is like the sister to Suin? What if she is the second sister? Whoa. Because she is purple. Right? She has purple on her. Yeah, purple. She got the purple on. Look at that. Her and Jean had the same color eyes. Kind of. What if she is Mrs. Bacillus, the mother of Suin? That's too crazy. That's too crazy of a thing. Huh. Okay. Her blush is cute. Look at that. Cecil is something. Cecil is up to something. I don't know what it is. I think she... I don't know. What is she? Maybe she has something to do with deep. Right? Deep. Why would she hate MMR? Why would she leave the Ark? Maybe she had connections to the VTC and deep and stuff, right? Because we do know that this symbol, this is the symbol of the VTC. This is their religious icon of like deep and stuff as well. So maybe because of the purge of like deep and the VTC, she left the Ark to go help with Eden. Maybe that's something. Maybe she's up to something with deep. Some sort of long con or something like that. Also, I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. Let me put this on screen for you. Okay, I'm back. Zenard, what do you mean by pregnancy? What are you talking about? What do you mean by that? Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah. Go on then. Tell the class. Oh, I see. I see, Zenard. I see. Okay. Oh, Pinocchio. What is Pinocchio? That's something that we don't know about yet, still. Pinocchio. What are you? Well, what if Pinocchio is a natural born queen? Because didn't they say something about how Pinocchio was amongst raptures or something? And she was continuing to grow and grow and grow until Nayuta built this device. This could be what the actual queen looked like before she became, this thing. Well, the device still exists, right? Or did Nayuta have to, like, adjust this a bunch to keep her structured, or was it just this stops the growth from happening and that's it? She does have very unique pupils, right? Look at them. They're X's, not stars, but X's. What if Pinocchio is the queen that made the predators? What if she's the queen? Actually, she even has the stars on her clothing. Look at these stars. Okay, that's queen-like stuff right there. She even has like the stars around her as well. Look at them. Boom, boom, boom. That's not actually an X. That's a rotated star. Well, the ones in Whaley don't attack unless you're a human. The ones in Whaley attacked us because we were just raw humans out walking. But I don't think that Pinocchio is even in control of those raptures, because those raptures are only friendly because Reptilian communicate with them directly. I don't think she controls them at all. Now, there's something about Pinocchio. She is important somehow. There's something going on with her. Maybe Pinocchio is the June Nikke, and we're going to see Reptilian again, and we'll get her backstory. That's the character that could happen. Pinocchio. The Genshin Impact character of Nikke. What do you mean black? The Black Archranger? What are you talking about? Are people really waiting for her? She's not really that popular, right? Yeah, but like, what does she even do? She's just a Tetra Nikke who pretends to be a hero, and that's it. You know, she is Epinol's mom. You know that, right? Look at that. She is the mother of Epinol. How can you deny that? Look at that. Look at that face. See, Epinol? She has the ponytail. She has like the green in her hair. She has the bubble gum. Boom. And you have the Black Archranger. She has the gum as well. She has like the kind of green in her. More like turquoise, I guess. And the ponytail. Epinol's the big sis? Okay. What if the Archrangers are Velvet's old colleagues? How many colleagues were in Shade, though? Weren't there like 3 or something? So you're saying Epinol is the big sister of the Black Archranger. I see. Jeez, this thing's gonna have a heart attack. Look at that. It's pumping so much. Look at that. Whoa, that's crazy. I still don't get how or why. Why did humanity make this thing? What was the point of making this thing that could eat things? Like, what is this? Why did we make this? I don't get it. Yeah, but like, think about the resources that were spent on this thing, and then it instantly got taken over by the Raptures after like a little bit. Can we like fire Vaphouse into this thing and make it so it's friendly and like make it on our side again? Can we do that? Is that possible? Or did we completely destroy it? Did it get completely destroyed during the chapter it appeared in? This is what we need. We need to like remake this thing like out of the scraps or whatever, and have it help us fight the Raptures and the Queen and stuff. Imagine if we rolled up using this thing. That would be epic. Yeah, make Unlimited have this as their base, like how the Admire exists for Aegis. Give Unlimited this thing. That'd be awesome. Stormbringer, this thing is just evil. Look, it's Indivilia. Look at her. Okay, if this was Indivilia, right? Why is it when she transforms, she becomes a scorpion now, instead of becoming this? What's that about? Speaking of the Admire, Filthy Casual saying, speak of the Admire Nikke from when, since... I don't know what I think you misspelled something there, Mr. Casual. Where do you see her butt, Sinard? I don't see it at all. Where is it? The balls, you say? The balls? There's a lot of white balls around here. You got a harvester who has an actual heart. You got the grave man. Look at him. Okay, the fact that let's talk about one thing here, actually. Gatekeeper will do something world breaking. I want to write do, not doing. What am I doing? Will do something world breaking. Oh, the admire. Yeah, the admire should have an AI. I think it should have an AI. It has like a machine spirit kind of thing. It spoke to Helm in See You Again, I think. That was something. But yeah, the admire having a Nikke form. How would that work? How would that work? Is it going to transform? How does it compress into the size of a Nikke, though? That's the question. But yeah, Gatekeeper is kind of crazy when you think about it. It's not actually like it's real. It's like canon to the storyline, since Stellar Blade is canon to the Nikke storyline. So that means you have this thing that's not a rapture. It's something different that has the ability to just spawn matter and things from another dimension. Like that's stronger than the queen. Like this is the biggest threat in the world, actually. The queen is like chump change compared to this thing. This could just spawn in like the destruction of the entire universe, maybe. If it like spawns in maybe, you know, like someone as strong as, say, I don't know, Black Frieza or something like that, just could destroy the whole universe. This thing is the biggest threat of all and should probably be just destroyed completely. Nothing could stop it. Like that's the biggest threat in the world of Nikke right there. This like stupid eyeball. Yeah, we wouldn't have collabs, that is true. But this guy could just destroy the whole world. It is the biggest threat ever. Nothing is stronger than this thing. Hello, human. Will we get Chatterbox's origin at all? I wonder. What do you think about that? Oh my god, I just noticed something. Chatterbox. Look at this. You see this? You see what I see right here? Do you see what I see right here? Do you see the cat? Do you see the cat in this right here? Do you see the cat? I see the cat. Oh my god, there's the cat. Chatterbox is Yo-Yo confirmed. I did see some jokes about that. People saying Chatterbox is Yo-Yo because of the twin tails line up with the arms. But he kind of is a cat, right? A little bit. He's like a gorilla mixed with a cat. He has the tail. It's been a while since, yeah. Wait, was there no gatekeeper in the Laika's Recoil event? How did they even go back then to the other world? But yeah, I guess that's all the bosses that are live 2D. Everyone else is 3D. Okay. Yep, Rapunzel is the tallest. Confirmed. Yeah, I think Gatekeeper, if they ever want to use him, he will have to just cause mayhem. He is canon to the story, so he will do something. Something at some point, I think. Yeah, we never actually did anything to him, Robert. It was just we woke him up, and that's it. We kept waking him up. Once the Gatekeeper woke up, the collab was over, and that's it. That's the one weakness, is that if you wake him up, he destroys whatever he created, and that's it. Human in the flesh. Do you have a theory that you want to share with the class right now? Anything you want to bring up? A theory, human in the flesh. A theory. What do we got here? Good curve. She has a clenched fist. She's ready to hit me. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So smug looking. Look at that face. Look at those gazongas. Whoa. I want the rebuilt version of Rapunzel to have like a mixture of this outfit with her main outfit. Because this outfit is really, really good. The Pure Grace one. It's like, whoa. It's just way better. It's way better than this one. Don't you have any theory about Mary or Pepper or Soda? Soda? Why would there be a theory about Soda? Well, Rapunzel here was usable in the past a bunch. She fell off around like the end of 2024, but for like a year and a half she was really good. I mean, Mary is just, she was a organ harvester and a brain supplier, and then Pepper was a doctor who didn't like what she was doing, so she killed Mary, and then as punishment she became a Nikke as well. Soda, you know, and Soda is like something, because Soda is she's not the smartest. She's not the smartest. I wonder why she became a Nikke. Did she like want to become a pop star, like the wave of people who wanted to be pop stars after Pretty died, or did she have like an accident and just die randomly and became a Nikke? We don't really know. We don't really know. What happened to Soda? Why is she a Nikke? I guess the same goes for Cocoa as well. What kind of like, what kind of death did she have that she became a Nikke? Because she's also not that smart, you know, if we want to be realistic. Cocoa. Don't be mean to me, human in the flesh. They need to make an alt for her. Make like secret agent Cocoa. And have her be with Velvet or something, right? That would be cute. Well, Arcana, we don't really have to say much about her because, you know, she was selected to work at the library. She met Oswald. She gets her mind erased a bunch of the time. Less now because they developed the targeted mind erasing. So I guess she maybe was just, you know, someone that could throw into the role. She was trustworthy enough or something like that. Or the ability that she got with her her version as a Nikke to do the tarot card readings and have the future predictions. They saw that was like a really good ability and they had to hide it away in the library. Because that's something. She can predict the future at like a 90% accuracy or whatever. Arcana will predict the ending of Nikke. I want to check that real quick. Is Arcane Archive in here? In the archive right now? I'm gonna reread the prediction that she made for the commander. Because she said something. She said something. How is Privity crowned, human? Arcane Archive is in here. Arcane Archive is not in here. Question mark. It's not in here. Did I miss it? Isn't it in the storyline though? Arcane Archive. Can I read this? You can read it in here. Okay. But you can't read it in the other thing. Searching for memories, following memory. When did she give us our prediction? Was it like when we go to her room, right? In her room, she does it. So maybe it's like around here. Oh yeah, here it is. She's gonna do our prediction soon. Okay. Yes, her eyes turn different. Okay. Surface battle struggle. You've been fighting ceaselessly all this fine without breathe. Chatterbox. Alistair and Devilia. Countless enemies to be defeated. Even stronger foes will stand before you going forward. Okay. Current data shows 80% success rate. Okay. 100%. Okay. she was going to say something, but then she got pulled out of it. She has some kind of prediction ability, so maybe that will be important. Maybe she will predict some sort of like battle or some sort of like big event that will happen. It'll be foreshadowed through her fortune telling, right? That could be something. That could definitely be something. Arcana predicts the ending of Nikke. The meme got to you, a human? Yo-Yo is Privity. That doesn't make sense either, because Privity is blue and Yo-Yo is blonde. And Privity has yellow eyes and Yo-Yo has blue eyes. So smart. What do you mean so smart? What is Blood talking about? He's going off the rails. Let me do something really quickly. Predictions for the Who's Next collab. The next collab is going to be a game. It'll be a game collab. And the game will be God Eater. It'll be a God Eater collab because that thematically fits with Nikke. Idol month. No, idols are over. Besides, idols happen, and then we have our 3-week event with the long-awaited Nikke. So the next collab is like in October or something. It's a long time before the next collab, I think. Well, I don't think Yo-Yo can be crowned, Robert, because I think Crown's already on the surface at this point. At that point in the story, Crown's on the surface, protecting the superfood or something with their squad. At least that's what I assume. Well, we're gonna have Sky soon, human. Sky will come with Celio, because they're doing the Wings of Victory plotline soon. TM. That will be happening. So with that, Celio Sky, you get your big lady, you get your small lady. Everyone's happy. Let's see. Alien Tech made the Raptures. Yeah, that's like this, the VTC. They got that ancient cache or whatever with that technology they used to make like a bunch of health advances and stuff like that. Obviously, it had to be alien in origin or like something like that, because how else would they get technology humans don't know about? Okay, we got these. Okay, we talked about all these now. We do need Laura alt. That is true. But she's not that high on people's priorities. Hello, Birdie. Welcome. How's it going? Birdie, do you have any theories you want to share with the chat? Yep, Mustang is here. Yes, do you have any theories you want to share and say? Any of your wildest dreams, Mr. Birdie? What kind of minigame style do I want for the fourth Annie? I want Metroidvania again. Like in the mirror. I see, Birdie. Anything that you think would be neat if it happened. How about that instead? Something cool. The pass is going to be the key to soloing the queen. Really. Ooh, Fire Emblem. That's actually what is your name? Your name is Bank Material. That is what I thought Surface Mode was going to be like. I thought it was going to be like a Fire Emblem or like XCOM type of game when I first saw it. Really, it should have been. That would have been way better than what we got. But yeah, Birdie, that isn't a theory. That's just a wish. That's a wish. A wish. Yeah, new heretic made from that. We knew that. It's a game theory, huh? Oh, the theory of why Volkwayne has a hard time with heat? Well, that is because Mustang thought it'd be funny. There you go. That's the reason why. They built a Nikke who sweats a lot because it'd be funny. That's the whole reason why. It could have also been like, you know, like a water purification kind of test thing. Because you can probably give Volkwayne like water and then she sweats it out and then now it's all clean. So maybe you feed Volkwayne like a bunch of like dirty swamp water and then she sweats it out and then now it's clean to drink. You drink the sweat on the surface to survive. That could be something. Although, you know, like apparently Alice had a heat issue as well, but they forgot about it. They forgot about that. Because originally, you had Alice. She wore this bodysuit to make sure that her heat transferring stuff, you know, stayed normal. She had an issue with producing too much heat. She would get really hot. This dissipated the heat out into the environment more. But, you know, they gave her a bodysuit and then the heat was no longer an issue. So they kind of probably don't care too much about why Volkwayne sweats. She just sweats and that's it. Well, Falkwane isn't, you wouldn't get the Falkwane bathwater. You would just get the Falkwane water, and that'd be it. No bathwater, no middleman, just she's the water, and that's it. That's what you'd be buying. Oh, okay, let's see. Birdie's theory is why Uni and Mihara didn't explode. Oh, they didn't explode because Siren took them off. Siren used her bubbles to remove the bomb colors. Also, thank you, Merrick, for the follow. Thank ya. Yeah, that's why Laplace Birdie. The bubbles said get off their necks, and they got off their necks. Same thing happened with Mori with her bomb. The bubbles are overpowered. The bubbles can do whatever they want. Here's what you need to realize is Siren's bubbles are the most broken thing in the entire game. The entire series, Siren's bubbles can do whatever they want. They are overpowered, busted, broken. If she has like a high battle IQ, she could just win every fight. That's how powerful they are. The only thing that can make it not as powerful is people like Gluttony, who have no brain and act on instinct. But as soon as you can understand the word it's over for you. If you know language, you lose. She can command you to do anything, and that's it. It's over for you. But they'll probably never let her do her full potential. It's just it's over. Well, 29 cent. That isn't true. The only reason she won against Maiden was because she turned her ears off. Her ears were turned off. But if you don't know, Siren has her Kotodama at the start of the fight, and she does the command, it's over for you. If you don't take precautions against her, you're done. But her bubbles are also the strong in themselves. They don't have to be the command character or the command carrier, not character. They can still just, they can expand, collapse. They can probably just go down your throat or something like that and like choke you out. She has a lot of control over the bubbles and what they do. Well, Guillotine is strong against Nikke's. But she's not strong against other things. We don't know for sure if her ability can stop a Rapture score, right? It probably can. But we don't know for sure. So who knows? We don't know. There's a lot of speculation about that. Bojack 64. The red shoes that Mirror saved and gave away to our heroes will be used to make ruby slippers for Dorothy, or corrupt her for wisdom, or both. That is how the fairy tale goes. That is true. But I think the red shoes will probably go to Libby. I think our jellyfish will get them. Because, she doesn't have any kind of body anymore. So I think using those for her legs will probably happen. She's just a brain at this point. The Libby feet. Well, we do have the Libby feet in the game already. No need to get scared about that. Because they are right there. Look at them. Whoa. Well, Merrick, the one thing you need to realize is they said Red Shoes was never corrupted. So I don't think there's any corruption data in those shoes. I think. Cecil to throw them in some bleach. Maybe. The Eden Sphere OST. Let's see. Which one is that? Eden. Do you mean Eden Spear, not Sphere? Well, I think, Merrick, at the time, though, when she gave us the shoes, she wasn't planning on betraying us. So I think the shoes are fine. But if it was like right now, she would betray us. And the shoes would probably have corruption in them. But because of that time, she was still on our side. She probably didn't put anything messy in the shoes. I think this one's good. Glacier Program. That's more ethereal kind of sounding, so that's good. Yeah, this skin, I almost didn't get it, Robert, but I decided I needed it. It was just too good. It was too good to resist. I needed it. So I got it. She's so cute. Look at that. And she looks back at us like how Cinderella looks back at us. They really are sisters, you know? They stare at the print. I really hope they go back and update these chibi models though. Because they don't even move their lips anymore, or these old ones, right? Any chibi that was made from a gacha skin should really be updated to act like the new chibis that have full animation. Hello, machinations. The Anise and Libby skins made you break from PB. Yeah, made you break from free to play. Okay. I mean, they are really good, so it makes sense. It does make sense. I buy a lot of skins, so it don't mean much to me. I broke the free to play stuff a long time ago. People who miss this skin though must be really upset, because this is the canon look for Marion right now. She is the queen here. It's just great. It's so good. It's so good. So good. I tripped over my mouth with how good it is. Wow. It's the queen right there. this skin is great too. Idol Dorothy. Because that's crazy. Look at that. That's actually wild. There is nothing hidden at all. Did I see the new Suin? I don't think I did. Posted in the Discord. Boboob. Someone did? Then I'll see it later, I guess. Or like in a few minutes. But I guess those are the theories that we have today. So alien tech made the Raptures. New heretics will be made from Libby and Nayuta. Suin's childhood friend. VTC isn't dead. All the 4 beasts are Master's Nikke's. Pretty is still alive in the star dress. Princess is now inside of Neon. Mir could come back to us through Cinderella due to Red Shoes' obsession with her. Nayuta has a hidden clone somewhere that's as strong as her, so that clone maybe will come back and fix everything with the current Nayuta being corrupted. Marion will be the main queen after she gets like the rapture, the core from only one. Queen's old body could be used for something. Uni gets a transformation, and that becomes the playable Uni somehow. They could use geothermal to save the Rapture, but to save the arc from the Raptures. That one is a long shot, because if they really thought about it, they could replace the Supermassive Rapture core with geothermal right now and probably save the arc, but you know, they aren't thinking. Master's Nikke's use cloned brains. We talked about how that made sense due to the population supply. Hansel and Gretel have their own Eden. We talked about how Witch's Cauldron allows them to make whatever they want. So the Witch's Cauldron could, give them resources to make their own Eden. And then they could, just have Master's Nikke's they saved, join up. Shifty related to Johan. There's some sort of connection between them. Some sort of connection. Cecil, something with deep, because they have the Eden symbols and stuff like that, or they have the VTC symbols at Eden. There's some sort of connection there. Gatekeeper could do something, but probably won't. And Arcana could predict the ending on Nikke. Maybe. But yeah, there you go. We talked about a lot of things today. Whoa. It's time to chill. If you're here, you're watching on Twitch, remember to hit follow. That would be neat. Here are all the social media links, right? So you have the Twitter, Discord, YouTube. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube as well if you're already following on Twitch. That would be neat. And if you're on Twitter, in my bio, you could actually find the links to YouTube and Twitch and the Discord. So that would be neat if you come and sub and follow from there. It'd be pretty neat. Pretty neat. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. We cooked. We did cook. Fun stuff. But yeah, the next stream will be on Wednesday, and we'll be doing some more Tomodachi Life with our Nikke characters. Fun stuff happens on that island. But yeah, be sure to follow on Twitch, sub on YouTube, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, everyone.